Hey everybody, welcome back to microbeerreviews.com. We've got another Sam Adams beer that I am always a fan of. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, I drink Sam Adams religiously. If I have to choose a single brewery to drink for the rest of my life, it's a Sam Adams Boston Lager. Love it. I don't think Sam Adams does almost anything incorrect when it comes to brewing beer. This is a Sam Adams that I've never had before. This is their Mighty Oak Ale. I got this out of the Multi 12 pack. We'll have a review of that as well on our website, microbeerreviews.com, and our YouTube channel. This beer, I was pleasantly surprised. I'm just going to start off this review this way when I had it. And the reason is because I read about it, and it talks about the history of this was they wanted to replicate some of the older style beers that were aged in oak barrels. And I'm not a big kind of smoke flavor, oaky flavor type person. Like, for example, I'm not a big wine drinker, but when I do drink wine, a lot of my friends like to have that real robust, oaky, aged barrel flavored Cabernet, for example. I don't really like that. I don't want to taste wood when I drink beer. I want to taste hops. For example, if I have a stout, I want to taste something that's malty and maybe a little bit sweet and chocolatey. So anyway, back to this beer. Sam Adams describes Mighty Oak Ale as a smooth and malty, distinct flavored oaked character, rich amber. So it is a very rich amber color. It's nice and red. It's fairly on the flat side. I just bought this beer 2 days ago. So this is not an old beer. There's barely any bubbles coming up, and there is zero, I mean absolutely zero head on this beer. It's pretty flat, for lack of a better way to describe it right now in front of you for the bubbles and the lack of head. When I poured it, there was almost no head. So here again, Sam Adams does, in my opinion, everything for a reason, and not sure what that reason is, but I'd like to have a little bit more of a head on this beer, and I think I'd like it a lot better. The alcohol content is 5.7, which is exactly what I would expect in the 5% range, nothing over the 6 or 7 or even in the 4s. What's cool about this is they use 4 different malts. They use 2-row Harrington malts, Metcalfe, Copeland malts, and Caramel 60. I've never heard of Copeland malts, but whatever it is, it's got a real kind of sweet, malty flavor to it. They do use Fugel hops in here, which you can definitely tell that they're in here. The other one they use is East Kent Goldlings. I don't know what those are either. It's a new one on me as well, but it's got a nice kind of backgroundy hop flavor to it. It's a limited release. It's out of what's called their Brewer's Choice selection. So if you go on the website, go under Brewer's Choice in the Multi 12 pack, it's called a Brewer's Choice, and each brewer got to choose what to put in here. If you read about it, it does say there's a little bit of vanilla in here. Vanilla and caramel is where you get kind of the sweetness, flavors to it, balanced by the oak, malty sweetness, roasted notes, and a blend of 4 different malts, which I just told you about, with a dry finish. This is not the driest finish I've ever had before. And I'm going to remind you yet again on this video that I enjoy Sam Adams all the time. It's not that dry. I've had a lot drier beers, so I'm kind of surprised they said it has a really dry finish. It doesn't linger in your mouth, but it's not one of those that just disappears. So, let's see. Calories in a 12-ounce bottle are 189. And like I said, it's limited release, and it was first brewed in 2011. So this is something new with Sam Adams. Like I said, I've always been a fan. It's something I would probably buy a 6-pack of. I'm glad it was in the 12-pack. So let me state that very quickly. It was something that was new, which I'm a huge fan of. I like to try new beers. It's something that was in the 12-pack, so you only got a few of them. I think you only got 2 of these. So it's a good beer to trade. It's got a nice flavor to it. It's sweet, good color, lacking on the carbonation a little bit, I think, and lacking a little bit on the dry finish description, but it's still I would order this actually in a restaurant. I would like to try this on draft. I don't know if they have it, but for example, Sam Adams Boston Lager to me in a restaurant on draft is way better than in the bottle. You can go to like Chili's, Ruby Tuesdays, like all those big chains, and get a Boston Lager on draft, and it is, to me, a totally different beer in a good way. Guinness is the same way. So it's just one of those beers. I think if this was on draft with a little bit more carbonation pumped into it, I just think I'd like it a whole lot better. But I like it. I'm glad I got it. Glad I got the 12-pack. I'm glad I got to try the something new, Mighty Oak style from Sam Adams. I'm going to give this a 3.5. I'm tempted to give it a 3 even, only because I think it's lacking a few things. I think that Sam Adams could infuse a few different kind of characteristics to it. And quite honestly, even though I'm not a fan of the oak-aged barrel flavor, I think if it was a little bit oakier, not smokier, but oakier, I think it would be even better. And I would enjoy it to buy a 6-pack or a 12-pack of this, store it over the year, have it for a little while, have it on occasion, and it would be a great selection to have. So that's our review of Mighty Oak Ale from Sam Adams. Love Sam Adams. Love Sam Adams. Love it. 3 times repeat. Always drink out of their glass. They're a great brewery. Let us know what you think. If you tried it, please leave comments. We'd really like to hear what you think about it. And most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our website, microbeerreviews.com. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. Follow us. Check us out. Lots of things uploading in the spring coming out. And we appreciate you watching. Cheers.